I love the sound of the ocean sometimes. Don't you? The sound of nature. Don't you? Good evening, everybody. Just now getting started. And you know, lately I've been trying to start anew. And if you are not aligned with me, then you know.
Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. They said I like patience, waiting room full of patience, and they all slid up by me. Yeah, they on that snake shit. I medicated them all. I talk less and just ball. I'm just trying to rise, but they rather me fall. These hoes cry and they crawl. I guess I should be gracious. I'm on a quest for greatness. Can't give you none of my time. Baby, why would you waste it? Oh, you know I get wasted, blaze it face to face, just face it. We on something legendary. They know I'm psycho, they know I might go. Throw it back up and cut off them lights, ho. My goons stay cold, cause they got that nice flow. We got a double bag, baby, and that cargo. I got a diamond where my motherfucking heart go. You say you be everywhere, but not where I go. I take it there one time, though. But you don't get credit for my motherfucking shine, though. Shine, though. Shine, though. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me.
What you gonna do? You gonna cry? Man, it's young man. You gonna stand, you gonna fight, you gonna give up or cry. When you fall, you gonna get up on fingers of little God. You gonna stand, you gonna fight, you gonna give up or cry. When you fall, you gonna get up on fingers of little God. Look, I ain't trying to be all conscious of shit, but people are zombies and they ain't conscious. Sorry about that.
know what happened there. Try that again.
Apart when I say they don't need me every bunch of the shit. How often I spit, I'm just trying to relate. Somehow, love turns to hate, quick and easy. The village falls apart when I say they don't need me. Everybody wants to be the man without the plots and plans. You sit idle, talk big shit like Fido. What happened to acts speak louder than words? I know these little turds wanna be the shit and all the wrong things. Give a fuck attitude, but suffer from what it brings. I sit my teeth, do my own thing, but my dream is to have a team moving like a machine, doing it smoothly. These new cats are so unruly, having kids growing up at the same time. More concerned with turning up than making the honest. But come on, young man, I'm calling you out. Stand the fuck up. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. Life is hard, I know, but simple at the same time. If you move methodically slow, calculate your steps and man, get some knowledge in that can. Cause yes, you can, instead of pointing fingers. Cause everybody, well, most people's role is tough. Some neighborhoods demand that you hold some stuff. But change is more than coins. Your movement should dictate your noise. This little girls and drugs gon' fuck you up. I'ma give you to you straight, nigga, try to wake you up. Fake talk easy, I'm trying to relate to you, bro. I ain't have my pop either, it just make me tough and be the best dad I can. Nobody had to wake me up. I looked around and decided to rearrange some stuff. Be my own man. When I fall, get up. Ain't no quit in me. I'll go hard till my time is up. Fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die.
One more before I start flapping at the gums. Just to, can't go wrong with that. How's everybody doing this evening? This lovely, lovely evening. If you work, you just might be tired. I ain't gonna lie, I do get tired sometimes and don't be doing shit sometimes. But you know.
So you see it vivid, I frame the picture. I'm talking knees and rings. I ain't just hanging with you until we know.
Shout out to the mothers,
change the game up,
the queens,
hold me tight, so
the women out there
smile, go through the pain,
who
lay and pray with you.
Don't mind polishing their crown.
Staying with you. People can talk,
don't mind tilting it back straight.
But rock a suit, I'm like this. I'm real as they come, that's how I believe. Before I play games, I'll just leave you be. But I ain't going nowhere, it's all on me. So pick up the phone, look across the room, call on me. Promise, you'll never stall on me. I'll give all of me. Cause it's all on me. It's all on me. It's all on me. You ain't gotta worry, baby. We ain't gotta hurry, baby. It's all on me. It's all on me, girl. It's all on me.
While the music is playing, I want y'all to help me out a little bit. Put a couple of phrases, a couple of words in the chat that you think explains this generation. And you, obviously one word, you might be, a person with a little bit of content mentally, but if you could just kind of blanket. What are some words, if you can't do that, what are some words that you think people use nowadays and they've totally, that's what we'll do. Put some words in the chat that you think people use nowadays and they severely misuse it, overuse it, or totally miss the context and the word has no value anymore. Put a couple words in there you guys think. Good words that are bad, bad words that are good. I got a few of y'all in there. Ain't got many in the bushes today. I appreciate Rico for coming over, but he brought about 8, 9, 10 dislikes with him. I know I didn't say nothing disrespectful to nobody yesterday, and I got my usual lately 5, 6 likes. Uh, but yeah, brother, I appreciate him coming over. I don't really care about that. Um, but it's crazy how you know brother come visit somebody else's platform because somebody doesn't agree with something he says. So y'all don't want to do that with me. Got 4 of y'all in here. Good thing you got playback for people who go back and play it. I don't expect interaction to be even where it was right before I left, even though it was dropping. But I will be picking up here. I have picked up a few subs since I started yesterday. This channel yesterday. So yeah, that's a positive thing for me. I wanted to speak on the idea that I have. Well, it's more than an idea. I've already began writing a book, and I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. It will be within a cover. I don't know if I want to do it in a series, but I have this idea called Black World, and the overall concept of it. I'm still writing out the concept, even though I technically understand it, but it's without making white people synonymous with the word evil. It's kind of like, what if we took slavery, the African American slavery? See, first of all, people need to be educated as to slavery itself was in the Bible. Slavery, there was Japanese slaves, I believe Chinese slaves. There was slavery, Irish slaves, for longer durations than the African American. It's just that we are the newest slave, the most recent. We come from the most recent. Our blood is from the most recent slaves. But if people are educated, every continent, every kingdom, every structure in today's society has slaves. The only difference is everything is times millions or tens or 20s. The slave actually gets paid today. But if you think about it, the slave got paid back then too. Money wasn't what money is today. So although the treatment that came with slavery is not what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about the compensation of it. What if we minus slavery the way we know it? And the idea of slavery was conducive to your productivity or your pure skill. Like if you were just a lazy ass, just produce kids and, typical welfare person of today. Or just one of those families of 5, 6, 7 kids. You're not educated, a couple of dads here and there. People who don't think about life, for themselves. And then you have those people who have skills. They're not just genius in what they do. They actually it's application. It's intelligence, which separates you from whoever is not. What I learned is when a certain group of people became in power, it had nothing to do with color, but recognizing particular strengths throughout certain groups in history. What happened was, even scientifically back in the day, people understood that certain people have melanin in them. And with that melanin comes certain physical, metaphysical, mental, spiritual things that people who do not have it actually experience. I personally believe the suffocation of melanated people throughout history is only, it can be basically drawn down or let's just see, if you put it in a strainer and get what the absolute truth is, the point is just to keep the rich, keep the people who stole and took, overthrown, and money, the paper itself isn't it. People get so stuck on that part of it. It's the power. When you have power, therefore you can use the money and angle it. What if the world didn't experience slavery in the way we know it, with the abuse and the defamation of a whole race, if you will, and it was just based on what you brought to the earth from your loins, from your spirit, from what you learned, from your input to your output? The reason I bring that up is I believe if everything ran its natural course and money wasn't involved, it would be a black world. If you look at things that we do control, it's still kind of not controlled by us, but we control it. It's a power structure, entertainment, music, things of that nature. But people forget how not just spiritual, but educated the original Africans are. The astrology, science, math, multiple religions come from the motherland. And when I say black world, it's almost making black beautiful, because in every instance, except weirdly, monetarily, if you're in the red, it's not good. If you're in the black, you're good. Everything else, black is synonymous with negativity. Everywhere else, in everything else. When you say black beauty, it seems like you have to put black in front of it because you're saying it about a woman of dark skin. But every other beauty, specifically Caucasian, you don't say, oh, she's a pretty white. No, that's white beauty right there. And it's sad to try and stand next to, we have to always segregate ourselves in how we do it, like Black History Month, Black Student Union, and things like that. But I'm writing this black world because I want to know what the world would be like if, let's just move it all the way forward and start over at Black Wall Street. If they never destroyed Black Wall Street, where would this country be if everything was allowed to flow naturally without the black and white issue? Yet maybe the poor and rich issue, the middle class issue, maybe the economic issue. But what if that issue existed without black and white? This world will look different. And I can't even say better, but it would definitely be different. I don't expect to have a overhaul of people tuning in to me here at the beginning, but as I develop this particular channel and the things that I would like to do with it, stemming from some ideas from the previous channel, I do hope to grow as far as with the content and things like that. I'm not over here with the theatrics, and the roof and the claims without facts. I'm not gonna get my nose dirty with things that are current and running concurrent, from post to podium, from channel holder to channel holder. I won't be involved in those things. I want to be involved in things that are new, but are old. Dedicate at least a day a week where we bring up the other just force or justice force, justice for ? That we can fill in with multiple names a week and start a narrative of being from a community of people who care about that demographic of people who will undoubtedly be missing from our next generation. Start the wave somehow, some way. Because I believe, because people do copy the little guy. It is synonymous with how this country works and how the country was built. It is, quite frankly, the American way. Power doesn't come up with the ideas. Power buys them from the little guy, puts his name on it. Little guy's living better than he did before he had the idea. Power becomes more powerful, taking your ability to have it away. But you got a little money. That's a microcosm of a bigger thing. But on a smaller level, maybe we could start a wave of people turning their subs and followers into people who are following something progressive. Who am I to say what you're supposed to be and should be doing? I won't do that. But I just want to, I mean, because it's so much negativity. The news itself that we have to report on, that kind of we need to work on. You don't need to work on kids who are already doing good, on women who are already queens and men who are already kings. You don't have to work on that. Yes, we do need to hear the news, the good news of the people who are doing good, who go out their way with philanthropy, who are just perhaps stay in their own lane and have made lives out of everything that's accessible to all of us. While some people cry about what they lack and where they're from, some of the most prominent people come from some of the most damned and poverty-stricken beginnings. It's hard for a kid with a silver spoon in his mouth to have drive to become and overcome things. He has nothing to overcome. He actually could just drive. And a lot of those people hit a wall because they never had to work for anything. So I'll be damned if I sit and listen to the pity party when, most of the people at the party had something to be, something to pity, but they didn't. It's me against the world conceptually, because this will only reflect me starting off, hopefully to branch out, hopefully to grow. But I just want to be positive. It's the only reason why I go live. It's the only reason why I'm on YouTube. Other than that, I'm a consumer of YouTube. So I'm not going to be on this particular channel taking up a lot of time just talking. I don't believe I just rambled anyway, but I'll be a little bit shorter. I'll have series and parts to break up the monotony of the lack of full attention anyway. So with that being said, I have some ideas that I'm going to display throughout the week as far as growing my channel. I appreciate anybody and everybody who does tune in to my channel, but I would appreciate those who are at least the ones who have wrenches. If you could subscribe, share, like when you come in, and just kind of drop the little hints of positivity and say and perhaps tune into the channel, because I want this channel to reflect the ideas of our communities, and more specifically this YouTube community, so that we can kind of spread the positive word. Again, something that lives post us, previous us, and will live post us. So it's not like I'm saying that to say it's not my idea, obviously, but I like the idea, and obviously I want to be part of that and make it more than just an idea. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. And keep in mind, this channel is new for me. As far as how I'm going to operate it, I've learned a lot from doing over 150 lives on the other channel. I've actually learned a lot from the channels that are more negatively based. I don't know what the hell they're doing to get multiples. Like an onslaught of subs. It's like, I don't want to think that people my age, that's just what it is. Like, that's our entertainment. We are just entertained by that. I want to think more so it's out of allegiance to some of the people, and people come and people go, and people come and people go. But hey, when you come by here, I want to whisper a couple positive words in your ear. Let bygones be bygones. Let highs be highs. The door is wide open for this content to be not just mine. Like I'm gonna need some ideas. I'm gonna need some people actually in the field. I'm gonna be fighting an uphill battle because what I'm gonna be talking about here on this channel is exactly the name of the channel. So even if, which for the most part never, I don't point a finger at specific individuals. Specific individuals know what they do. They know that they perpetuate things. And I have a journalistic responsibility to keep my people, and I use the term my people as in people who are enlightened, want to know information, want to be counted, want to be seen as an adult. They live as adults and they don't hide who they are because they're viewing YouTube. So how and what we view is a reflection of us. I don't have to ask any questions after a period of time. Your motives are yours, but I still have my mind. So let's spread the word. Let's be as positive as possible. There's enough negativity to spread around. Let's spread around some love. Let's have some humility. It's hard to trust any and everybody, but trust what you know and go get some more so you can learn and trust that, so we can develop as individuals, which will allow us to develop as people. The world is full of people who don't necessarily have your back. The world is full of people who are your friends sometime. Relatives are like strangers. Strangers will be there sometimes before family. Friends are what those two individuals come up with, but it's consistent, it's reliable, it's trustworthy, and it doesn't have to sit next to each other or have breathe the same exact air at the same time. It's about being real through and through, being see-through enough for those who you would like to see you, and for other real people to be able to see you. Ain't nobody business to see all the way through you like that. But keeping it real is a lifestyle. It's not a fucking job. I honor not having to lie. I honor I honor being able to say how I feel, but I honor more so being able to come up with my own feelings, have reason behind it, and can debate it if I want, but not necessarily have to. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And if they're not talking with you, then they just talking shit. Good evening, everybody. Sean's Positive Channel. And if they ain't saying, I want to get to know you, I like you, I love you, hey, fuck what they say.
Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money. I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say about me. They said I like patience. We're in a room full of patience, and they all slid up by me. Yeah, they on that snake shit. I medicated them all. I saw this and just ball. I'm just trying to rise, but they rather me fall. These hoes cry and they crawl. I guess I should be gracious.
Thank you guys again
I'm
for
on a
showing
quest
up.
for greatness. Can't give you none of my time.
Remember,
Baby, why would you waste it?
drink your 2 cups of water in the morning when you wake up.
You know I get wasted, blaze it face to face, just face it. We on something legendary.
Remember, tell somebody
They know
you
I'm
love 'em.
psycho, they know I might go. Throw it back up and cut off
But
them
tell
lights.
yourself
But we
first.
stay cold cause I got that nice flow. We got a duffel bag, baby, and that cargo. I got a diamond where my motherfucking heart go. You
Love
say
you
you
guys.
beat
Good
me,
night.
grabbing out where I go. I take it there one time though, but you don't get credit for my motherfucking shine though. Shine though, shine though. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me.
Would y'all like to hear another song before I leave? I'm glad to be one of them. Honored. You guys, I'd like to hear one more song, one or two more songs before I leave. Peace, love, positivity, and green drugs.
Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money.
Eastside little town. While you out here gangbanging, I'm greenback chasing. I gotta get money. Tryna make this money stack, real shit. I ain't never been with funny rap. While you out here gangbanging, I'm greenback chasing. I gotta get money. Tryna make this money stack, real shit. I ain't never been with funny rap. I gotta get money. Hustle in the building, build. I give a fuck how you feeling. New year, same nigga on a mission. Hustling, raising all my children, chasing money to the stack, to the ceiling. Kids gotta eat, so I gotta go get it. You must be kidding if you think I'm kidding. Hustling, that's my religion. Time to make moves, watch the money stack. Invest a few racks, get my money back. Let's go to the traps and make funny cats who find a rat in the winter to cut away and wait on income tax. Can't stop on the real. Good night. Like all these new cats. With these see-through raps.
Hey, don't do that. Y'all gonna love this channel, I promise y'all. This stuff I got coming.
While you out here gangbanging,
I'm gonna need y'all help a little bit. But I'm gonna have a weekly giveaway.
I ain't never been with funny rap. While you out here
gangbanging, let me tell y'all before I leave. Come up 5 days a week.
Trying to make this money stack.
And I'm gonna do some uploads throughout the week. But I'm gonna do the J4 on a day. That J4. It might be multiple people, but we're gonna do justice for other people. 1 day a week. I'm gonna do some comedy 1 day a week. Not me per se, but we're gonna do some funny shit. We're gonna talk, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna listen to some comedy. We're gonna do poetry. I'm gonna keep it on Wednesday.
And I do it like a hustler do.
Current events. I wanted to do a show a week where we talk about what's current, good and bad. Current events, which means I gotta watch some TV or look online, see what's trending. And I want to do 1 day a week where it's sports and entertainment. Obviously, even on the kiddie level,
trying to make this money stack.
Real shit. See if I can make one. Not today. But even on the kiddie level, I like sports, so I want to do sports and entertainment. Obviously, I do music. We listen to it. And I'm a sports fan. Raiders, Lakers, Dodgers, Kings, a couple other teams sprinkled throughout. But so yeah, I'm gonna do justice for certain young ladies, young men who are missing, maybe even some adults. I'm gonna do comedy. I'm gonna do poetry. I'm gonna do current events, and I'm also do sports and entertainment for those 5 days a week, and maybe segue some of those with other things that don't fit, particularly under one of these categories here. I will be asking people to help and donate to my channel. My link is in the description. Everything I will ever do with any dollar will be transparent and will move as a unit. What I set out to do on my other channel, but with this channel, I'll be more active, proactive, and we'll be more progressive. And you know, there's a lot of talk goes on. I talk a lot. I've had a lot of ideas. Then my spirit makes me go back and forth for certain things, and it's like, why make, I've said too much about certain ways, so that spirit is taking hold. When people hear that, they don't want to tune in to something where somebody is saying, I don't care if you don't tune in. I got my, can't speak like that if I want to grow. I, Sean, don't want to grow on YouTube. That's my personal life. I want to grow the idea of positivity by way of YouTube and use my personal life as experiences as to how I'm going to do it. That's pretty much it there. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Hopefully, I'm not really on the dislikes and likes and shit right now. The channel's too new. But hopefully I don't say anything, haven't said anything that ruffled any feathers. It's important to me to be liked as far as the content, even if the content itself isn't liked. Like, we may not like the fact that we're talking about that, but if you like my style of journalism and you believe I'm gonna do what I say, then tune in, donate your time and your effort, and let's see what we can make happen. Until then, I'll be sitting and thinking about certain things. You guys have a good night.
She's so smart. That lady got ass, yeah, she got heart. Now that's my kind of woman. My kind of woman, yeah. Whenever I'm down, she helps me up. She don't care who's around.
This lighter is trash.
That's my kind of woman. My kind of woman, yeah. I think in real time, not the fantasy type. You can get it all if you do what I like. I don't have time to fuss and fight. If I do it, I'ma do it right. Hustle all day, we can do it all night. More than all right, cause I'ma give you that flight. Give you that pipe, we can reach new heights. Hit it twice, fall back high. Know your role as a woman, do it with pride. Keep it real with me cause that's your type. Do it all the time so I know that hype. Waiting for the question cause they wanna be wise. Glow in the dark and I shine a light. On me a nigga need one like you in my life. I need some too many let that lie. Super bubble with the fish, on this 5 class. She's so smart. That lady got ass, yeah. That's my kind of woman. My kind of woman, yeah. Whenever I'm down, she helps me up. She don't care who's around. She don't give a fuck. Now that's my kind of woman. My kind of woman, yeah. Excuse me, beautiful, pardon me. I heard you wanna go follow me. No call needed for the stall to see. I'm on Caribbean if you do all be. So up, I don't need to speak, but I wanna see how far these arms reach. I wanna see if you gonna go to war with me. But warn me if you're a storm free. At first sight, you have me shook. Damn right, girl, I had to look. Always got your face in the book. Running to my client, yeah, ready to crush. She just as real as this platinum sound. She ride for a nigga, no backing down. Freaking fly, hurries back to town. Fast and slow, comes back around. Class, she's so smart. That lady got ass, yeah, she got heart. Now that's my kind of woman. My kind of woman, yeah. Whenever I'm down, she helps me up. She don't care who's around. She don't give a fuck. Now that's my kind of woman. My kind of woman, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
I'm Sean.
Walk on the beat, bitches. Baby, will you catch me? 'Cause I'm ready to ride. Are you ready to catch me? If I fall, baby, will you catch me? 'Cause I'm ready to ride. Are you ready to catch me? What kind of man would I be if I didn't give you my everything? What kind of man would I be if you couldn't depend on me? A moment on my knees can bring our eternity. Bring yours, put it with mine. Let's be a family. There's nothing more in life than I want more than you. So let's do what it do. Let the past be the past, girl. We just passing through. I'ma stop one time for love. One time for love. One time. It's like my mind's on drugs. And I'm